Now let me just ask you this. Why? The question. I am aware that I don't normally start my videos with a question, but my answer for last week's question ties in with the rest of the video, so I decided to start with it. Now, last week's question was, what is your favorite hobby? And for me, it's collecting and building Legos, as you can probably tell from my earlier videos. Now, this week's question is, what is your favorite superhero? Or supervillain, for that matter? I just got finished watching The Dark Knight yesterday, and it kind of got me thinking about it, so leave your answer in the comment section below. Today I'm going to talk about why we do things. I mean, partly we do things for enjoyment, but we also do things because we have to. Now, the thing about having to do things is we don't actually have to do anything. I mean, if we didn't want to eat, we didn't have to eat. However, if we want to do other things, such as survive, we have to eat. That's why we wash our clothes, wash dishes, and stuff like that, because we want clean clothes and clean dishes. We don't want to have to go out and buy new clothes and dishes every time we want to eat with clean clothes or dishes, because that would just get expensive. Now, while we do things we have to, because we don't want things to happen to us, or we do want things to happen to us, such as in the case with going to school, we want an education. We do things we want to for that reason in general. Generally, what determines if we do something or don't do it is whether the benefits of doing it outweigh the negatives of doing it. Essentially, it's a pro and con list, like washing dishes. Benefits, you've got clean dishes for a relatively low cost. Cons, you have to do the work involved. So it's essentially, does the work involved outweigh the benefits of doing the thing? And if it does, that's why we don't do something. However, if it doesn't, that's why we do something. Now, the things we really enjoy doing are our hobbies. Like for me, it's building Legos and collecting Legos. Now, our hobbies tend to shape what our career is going to be, because if we really enjoy something, we're going to want to do it essentially for the rest of our life, which is essentially what you're doing for a career, assuming you don't get fired or quit. So generally for me, building Legos really works well, probably why I wanted to be an engineer, because with being an engineer, I can generally build things, and that's really essentially what I love to do. Now, our hobbies are what we probably want to be as our job. We may not have necessarily gotten that as a job for whatever reason. Now, what I want to know is, using last week's answer with what's your favorite hobby is, why did you get into that hobby, and do you have a job that essentially reflects on that hobby? Now, it doesn't have to be your current hobby, because your hobbies may change, such as when you've got that as work, you don't necessarily have that as a hobby, because you're already doing it enough, you don't want to overdo it, I guess. But, what was your hobby as a kid? Now, this is different than the weekly question, because unlike this, I'm not going to wait till next week to give you my answer. I'm just going to have it be all this week's video. How I got into Legos was Duplos. As a kid, my parents gave me Duplos, which I enjoyed playing with. And then eventually they switched me off to Legos, which kind of got me into that. And because of Legos, now I want to be an engineer. Now, I'm not old enough to have an official job yet, but what I do, I definitely do hope for it to be an engineer. I'd also like you to leave in the comments on how you thought this video went. If you liked it better than what I usually do for a video, or if you wish I'd go back to my regular videos, because I'd like to know on how I want to get my videos, because I'd like more views and more subscribers on this, so I'm wondering your opinions on this, so if you could leave it in the comment section, that would be great.